Okay, great. Let's get started. And my computer won't move to the next screen. Fun. Here we go. So, why are we all here tonight? What is the mission statement of CureSearch? What brings us all together, right? Our mission is to end childhood cancer by driving targeted and innovative research with measurable results in an accelerated time frame. You've seen this. This is why we're all here. This is what we're all driving towards. But we want to start the call with coming back to this, making this the center of everything that we're doing. So thank you for joining us in that. We did want to take a few minutes and just highlight the incredible research that we're funding. We try really hard to share this information with you as it's available, as it's coming out. It's of course on our website. You can always message any of the community engagement members and ask them where we are in our research, or if you have any specific questions. But there are you'll see 3 awards that we fund. The CureSearch Young Investigator Award, our Acceleration Initiative, and then our Catapult Award. And I can tell you from my years, 20 plus, I will not tell you how old I am, but 20 plus years in nonprofit, it's really, really incredible, the work and the research and how fast it's happening at CureSearch versus other nonprofit health organizations. So that was a big draw for me and why I came into this organization. But this is incredible stuff that's happening. So you should all be really proud of how you're helping to drive that and the results that it's producing. It's really changing lives.
So we'll dive into why we're all on the call, and that's to kind of jumpstart your fundraising. And the best way to do that is to really spend a few minutes. We have all of the tools, to help make it as easy as possible for you. But the first place to start is like back at the basics. So you're going to want to make a fundraising plan. This can be really, it might sound daunting, like how am I going to get to $2,500. But if you just work through some of these really simple and easy tools, it'll help you really start brainstorming. So we all know we kind of have a similar goal of raising $2,500 or $3,500 if you're hiking in Jackson Hole. So that goal is set, but you might want to be, really committed and know that you want to hit Pacer Club, which is $3,500. You might want to hit our Summit Club, which is our $5,000 goal in fundraising. So kind of setting that goal and knowing what you're aiming for is that first step. And then start brainstorming ideas, write it all down, put it on paper. It's the easiest way to get those thoughts out and to really kind of idealize it. And then we're going to talk about how to make an ask, how to follow up. We're going to give you the tools to kind of formulate the importance of what that ask should look like, and the various ways you can do that. And then we have lots of tools, both you should be getting them from your community engagement managers, and then our new and improved Google site, which is so much more easier friendly or user friendly than in the past. So if you haven't checked that out yet, please do, because it is amazing. Our team worked really hard. And then another really important part of that plan is making sure that you have a plan to say thank you. So we'll talk more about those kind of fundamentals throughout the call and share and brainstorm ideas, but that's kind of like your, the basics that we'll be going over. So setting your goal, we kind of briefly talked about that. Our first-time hikers, the minimum fundraising amount for all of our hikes is $2,500 and $3,500 if you're hiking in Jackson Hole. But you may want to reach those other milestones. So how you will define how you set that goal and what that looks like for you. Chase, I think you're on the call. He's hiking in Superior and he has big ambitions. And maybe you can talk about how you set your goal this year and what got you there. Because yours is a
Sure.
little bit different. So I think it's important to highlight.
Well, this year is the 27th anniversary of when I was diagnosed with leukemia. And so I'm leveraging that and also my 40th birthday to make sure my friends and family have no excuse to not join me on the trail. And so together, we're going to try to raise $27,000. And so we set that goal because it's a milestone year for my life. And it's something that's fun and cute for us to rally around. So that's what our team goal is this year.
Awesome. Jan, do you and the Hendo Strong team do anything unique to set goals and, crush your milestones from previous years when you come to Hike Texas?
Hi, everybody.
She's
Well,
like, you
I
put
was,
me on the spot.
yeah, you put me on the spot. Well, I was sitting there thinking, and I think obviously setting the goal is important, but, I have found that reaching out, obviously to different friend groups and, work people, it's fine to post something on Facebook, but I have found that if I personalize the ask to like the friend group or the family group, it doesn't mean I'm going to send out this mass text to like 100 people, but if you kind of categorize people and just state what you're doing, I find that when I send a text out, it's more personal. I mean, the most personal would be, writing a letter, but getting a text out there, because then also what I find is that some people will donate right away, right? But then others will, donate a week later. And then, like, if I see those people, they'll remember to donate. Um, One other thing, too, and I don't know, the matching program for companies is something that I'm not sure if people really look into that, but I make it a point to ask everyone, will your company match your donation? Because a lot of times they'll just donate and they don't even think about the match program. One thing that my husband did, because his company matches, is the people that work for him this year, he said, because they always get him a gift, and he said, I would really rather y'all make a donation to Cure Search, and you can, if you want to make it to me. Then he turned around and we donated that amount, and then the company's going to match it. So, I don't know if that's something that people think about, but, um, it doubles your donation. So, and as far as anything else, we really haven't done anything. Sometimes when you have a team, it's interesting because you kind of rally together and cheer each other on, and it does help um, to with donations, and it gets you kind of fired up as a team. So I think for me and most of the people on my team, how what we've done is we reach out. We definitely post on Facebook, and it's okay to post, like every 2 weeks, just to remind people if they wanted to do it. I mean, I don't think we're bugging people. I think that,
Yep.
people want to give. So I don't know. Maybe if that helps out, I hope so.
Oh yeah, it does. And we'll talk about that a little bit in a more in detail, kind of really everything you just touched on a little bit. And I'm one of the people that need to be reminded. So we'll talk about that too. But when setting your goal, like we mentioned the incentive. So for $3,500, that's Pacer Club, you get a really awesome backpack tag with the year that you hiked. So they're collectible items. And our Summit Club, which is $5,000, the incentive will be released shortly, so we'll share that with you all. And once you set that goal on your fundraising page, you can always increase it. So if you get to 2,500, you want to raise it to 3,000, so people know you are still climbing. And then brainstorming your ideas. So your circle of influence. This is where you can take a few minutes to really dive into who you know, your friends, your family, your neighbors are going to be your easiest asks, right? You're going to talk to your family about it. You're going to be really eager to share with them. They're on your Facebook page. They're going to follow along with your training. Maybe at work you're a little bit nervous, but like Jan said, there's matching programs at a lot of companies. And your coworkers, we spend so much time at work that they're, you know, oftentimes an extension of our family and our network. And so leveraging your professional network is really important. And so many companies want to support you and what you're doing and the charities that are meaningful to you. So just having those conversations with your HR, asking if you can send out email blasts. Lots of people who have been hiking for a long time just have their fundraiser in their signature line. So asking your company if that's okay. Can I put what I'm doing, just a little line at the bottom? You know, you're not necessarily asking everyone that way, but they can see it and donate if they're called to. So you're reaching more people that way. There's all kinds of ideas. Your schools, colleges, alumni groups. You might not think to reach out to your college alumni group and see if they'd be willing to support you or join your team. So really kind of working through this circle of influence and brainstorming who you might know. Your dentist, he might want to support you. He's been your dentist for 10 years, you know, he may have a personal connection that you don't know about, but I know my dentist is always trying to talk to me while they're cleaning my teeth. I think it's oddly strange, but it's also distracting. So why not make it a meaningful conversation? And then your local businesses you frequent, they may be willing to host give back nights or, you know, roundups for you or post a flyer or put a QR code, something like that. Russell, did you have a question?
Yeah, just a quick question. Can individuals donate, let's say to me, in honor of someone?
Yes. So
Okay.
on
Yeah,
the website, once you get that, when they go to your donation page, they'll ask if you're making the donation in honor or memory of someone.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. So just kind of really, you know, leveraging that, but and working through your circle of influence, but we would love for y'all to share what your, you know, favorite fundraising activities are and kind of why. So do y'all have any like, you know, different or unusual fundraising activities that you might like to share or things that have been helpful with you? In
Hey,
the
Laura, it's Sherry. Do you want me to share mine?
Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, love for you too. Sorry.
Um, so when I was working, I'm a teacher and we don't have many times that we can see each other. So, because we're always in our classroom. So on one of the work days, I did something like coffee and donuts where they came and gave like a $5 donation. I got donuts donated through Kroger, coffee donated by Starbucks. The little flyer that I put in everyone's boxes was printed off by a local company. So it didn't cost me anything. And I made sure that I had a little flyer for each of the people that donated for that. And people gave me $5, people gave me $20. They would come get a donut and coffee before they would go to the meeting. And I did that for a couple years in a row, and it was really successful. And besides getting the $5 from each person, those people knew what I was doing. So I would have a QR code on my desk also, and they would come sometimes and scan the QR code and then give me more than the $5. And then they would become repeat donors, which is really nice. And they all wanted to support what I was doing.
Oh, that is so awesome. I know Catherine, she's a teacher, and we were just kind of briefly chatting about things she could do, like, you know, maybe not the school not being willing to give back different, but that is a great fundraising idea for that type of environment. I love that.
Anna has her hand raised too.
Oh,
Hi guys. Sorry, I'm off camera tonight. But I wanted to share I'm actually hosting a really fun spin class at my local gym that is all proceeds go to Cure Search. So it is a 2 hour long super spin if you're in the Houston area. Let me know if you want to come. We'll have guest passes at the gym. But I got a really awesome spin instructor to agree to teach the class. And then the gym agreed to, promote it and fundraise it. So I'm selling it by bike. There's 20 bikes, and each bike requires a $50 donation. Now that is for 2 hours. So you can split that with a partner or three or four, however long you want to spend for. And again, all proceeds are going to our Ultimate Hike team down here in Central Texas. So I'm super excited to host that. I can let you guys know how it goes. It's February 2nd, and Lauren and I went and tabled at my local gym to, drum up some interest. And so far we have almost 4 people signed up. So hopefully we sell all 20 bikes, but that was just a fun idea that I actually got from a spin instructor and by going to my gym and asking if they'd be willing to promote something like this. So just wanted to share that idea.
Both are
Yeah,
like
that's really
really
awesome. And
great.
I'm so impressed that you can spin for 2 hours. I'm like,
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can actually. I've never done it for more than an hour, but I will be doing it for 2 hours, and I'll probably go live on social media so people can see that I'm, struggling for
it's
two
gonna be
hours. So
great. It's gonna be
I
great.
hope
That's a
so.
great idea.
Rebecca, did you have an idea, your favorite fundraising activity?
Yeah, I was thinking about doing two things. One, I love making candles. So I was thinking I could make some candles and then just sell those because I can probably sell them for a lot more than what I can make them for. And then I was also kind of thinking of like having some people over to my house and just doing like a beef and beer or something like that, where there's like a donation and then I just make pulled pork sandwiches and have some beverages for people.
That's awesome. One of our hikers in California, she hosts like a dinner every hike that she is participating in, and it's like $50, but you get 4 courses. She loves entertaining, so then people can donate to the page, and she gets like donations from a local grocery store for the food, and a company to like a local winery to donate wine to it. So lowering her cost and having, filling her home with her friends who are all getting together and supporting her is it's pretty neat. And Chase mentioned, go ahead, Sherry.
No, I was waiting until you were done.
Oh no, yeah, go ahead.
Just two other things that I thought of to help some of the newer people is someone who used to hike with us worked in the children's hospital here, and everyone loved her lasagna. So she would do like $20 raffle tickets to get a pan of her lasagna. And that was a big fundraiser for her because everyone wanted the lasagna. And then what someone else is doing out in California right now, that I might piggyback and kind of steal it off of her. She's doing a Super Bowl, I don't know, what is it called? The where you have all the squares and you pay $20 for a square, and for each quarter you win something, and she's doing half and half. So I think it's like $20 a square, and half the money goes to Cure Search and half the money goes to the winner. So I might be stealing that off of her as well. So that's a thought as well. And if I think of more, I'll raise my hand again.
That's an awesome idea. And I'm gonna Mom, do you want to share about your garage sale that you've inspired Chase to have too, or do you want me to share for you?
Well, it's not my garage sale. It originally started with the Raven Lunatics. James and I are really in cahoots of this garage sale because he is like the go-to to collect, pick up, deliver, stack my garage, organize another garage. We got 3 garages right now full of stuff. And, so last year as we're the Eli's Raven Lunatics. We've changed our name from the Raven Lunatics in support of Anna's brother. but we were able to, I think we raised close to $14,000 last year, maybe a little more. Now, most of that was individuals, each member on the team doing their own fundraising. And then we had 2 garage sales, which we had the Cure Search sign out. We advertised it as a fundraiser. We did not do it when they had the community garage sale because that would take away from what we were doing. But we explained to them, you know, everybody shows up, we do our part, and we tell them what we're doing, why we're hiking. We have a QR code with the Cure Search banner. We have a mascot, which is a big, ugly banana, but everybody loves this banana. In fact, it's really funny because my neighbors want to borrow the banana all the time when they have their garage sale because it's huge. But, you know, so we do the company matches. You know, I have a company match that I'll donate Friday, and that company match will match that same amount of money. And we're doing that way before. For some reason, I don't know what the reason is, other than we're not procrastinating, but this whole change of weather and everything has just been very difficult to figure out what date we're having garage sales.
We can't control the weather.
Nope. But the QR code is really key because you don't lose a customer. They say, well, I got to go to the bank and get some cash. No, we got a QR code, so it helps. You know, the other thing we do is we sell salsa, and we sell a lot of salsa, and it works. And then everybody does each their individual. Like Anna's doing that spin class. Well, I'm gonna tell you, you're not gonna get me on a bicycle for 2 hours like that. Go. I can't do it, but I'll be there to support her. You know, so, but I think we just all work together and it works out and everybody shows up. We all pitch in and we get the job done and we just keep on going. You know, I don't know. But James, mainly, I couldn't do this without James at all because, you know, James has a trailer. He goes and says, you know, somebody wanted to donate a sofa. He'll call me up and say, do you think it will sell? I say yes or no. And he picks it up and lugs it to me. So, you know, I told him this time, though, once I got my garage clean, that was it. We're not having any more garage sales. We're going to have to figure something else out. But I don't know. Maybe it's bigger storage. I don't know. But I'd like to kind of have a garage back. But
Does
I
the
don't know. I do
QR
the same.
code? Oh, sorry.
I do Facebook. I let all my friends know I'm having a garage sale. They let all their friends know that we're having the garage sale and what it's for. And we go from there. So we'll see what we end up with.
Awesome. And it's a really good way for people who maybe can't give you a monetary donation to still support your mission and donate things to your garage sale, making a bigger impact. So it's an awesome way to leverage your community. Someone had a question about the QR code.
That was me. I threw it in the chat. I was just curious if the QR code goes directly to the fundraising page or does it go to like a Venmo account?
So created a QR code for them that goes directly to their team page for donations. Okay. And then our fundraising platform takes Venmo.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So
Cool.
really cool thing about Classy is you can donate through the Classy portal via PayPal, Venmo, ACH payments, or credit card. So it's connected to all of those tools.
Nice. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they get a receipt right away. So it's awesome. But if you were doing like, I know you might have a company match. We've talked about that before. So a lot of time, and what my mom has done is the cash donations, if they're doing, you know, want to pay by credit card, they can do directly to the website. But then if it's cash donations, she'll take those and donate them, submit that for the match. If that makes sense. All right.
You ready?
Is it still
Okay.
me? I've lost track.
I think it's me.
Okay.
But we just heard a ton of great information, a lot of great ideas. So thank you all for sharing. So just curious from what you've heard, what you saw on the screen, what are you thinking? Like what are your wheels turning about? Do you have 2 or 3 asks that you can share with the group or 2 or 3 things planned from what you heard tonight? Yeah, go. I can see a hand. I can't see who it is. I'm sorry because I'm
Allison.
sharing.
Hi.
Allison.
We have yet to see if there will be fruits from this labor, but I started doing a weekly, like not like a vlog, but almost like, because I'm training under weird circumstances and I'm doing like in a gym, but I've never done anything this like crazy before. So I'm doing like a weekly vlog and it's only week 2. I just finished it right before this meeting. I'm a little behind for week 2.
But it's a
But
good crazy, right, Allison? Good crazy.
yes, good crazy. We are still yet to see if this will be fruitful, but I am posting it on Instagram, my TikTok, which isn't huge, but it's still people. And you can get out there. And then I'm putting it on my Facebook. I'm starting a Blue Sky this week, so I'll put it up on my Blue Sky page. Threads, I'm gonna try to get it just everywhere I can. And it's actually really cool. I'm enjoying it because it's making me dive deeper into Cure Search for like voiceover to talk about while this 2-minute long video of me just like huffing and puffing in the gym or like showing off like pre-workout or something. Like just it's silly, but I feel like it's engaging and I'm trying to like figure that out. But yeah, this is really helpful because there's people I just didn't think to ask, and this is really helpful.
Great.
Yeah,
Thank
your
you.
first vlog was amazing, by the way. I've seen it. So you were fabulous and doing amazing things. And she's training in like sub-zero temperatures. And then she's gonna come to Texas in March, poor thing, to hike in the warm spring weather.
No, it's okay. It's just cold getting there. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great idea. And like you said, it's getting the word out there, right? And so that is helping your fundraising too, which is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And we're glad that these tools are helpful. We're going to go through it a little bit later, but the Google site that Lauren mentioned, that's where you can find all of these resources as well. So there's attachments and links there. You could just click right on it and these will pop up for you. Did anyone else want to share something that they have planned or something interesting that they learned tonight and think might work for them?
So I used that circle of influence sheet and wrote down as many people as I thought would donate or join my team. And I hand wrote them all invitations to join my team that included QR codes to donate or to join the team. And it did take a long time and I cramped up my hand like no one's business, but I spoke from my heart and I genuinely like teared up many times writing these notes about how important it would be for these people to support me in this cause and in this effort. And I got like some surprise like $1,000 donations and like people to sign up joining my team that I wasn't necessarily expecting them to. So just like don't be afraid, just speak from your heart, even if it's you say necessarily a talking point wrong, as long as you're genuine, these are people who care about you, right? And that's what matters most. And if they know that you care about this, they're gonna contribute the best way they know how to.
100%.
Definitely. Well said, Chase. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else want to share? So we want to make sure that we hear from everyone. Don't be shy. We don't bite.
I don't know how to use any technology here if I'm supposed to raise my hand
Oh,
with,
no,
We
feel
can,
free to
Yeah.
just
yeah, we
chime
can see
in.
you.
okay,
Chime in.
I'm Patricia. I'm part of the Hendo Strong team. Jan's a really good friend. And so this is my first year to hike. I'm excited to do it. And I liked all that you've said tonight. And I've started in what Jan and I've talked a little bit about it and categorizing my friends and people that know Emily and her story versus people who don't know, and how to introduce and make it personal and all of that. So I'm interested. I will need like maybe some one-on-one tutorial on posting on Facebook. I've had some difficulty because my computer is a company computer, so I have to kind of figure out if that's what, anyway. I don't want to take up this time to talk about that, but just in navigating the Facebook and all of that, because I think that's a good way. And then I like the follow-up, and also about how to thank people, because I know I've gotten donations and I've just been too busy to go see who's donated, but I definitely, very conscientious about what's the right way to go through this process. I don't want to do it incorrectly.
Yeah. And I don't think there is an incorrect way to say thank you, right? Everyone.
Well, I mean,
can do
also
that.
just making the story personal, and I've been
Yeah.
using taglines. I think all this information, Lauren, that you've shared and about resources and customizing that has been very helpful. And the graphics, like what you're going to put on, what I've put on my emails, and anyway.
That's
But yes,
awesome.
but how to thank people, or is there a format or any resource to help do that?
Yep.
I mean, I
And
could just do it on my own. I mean, I know how to write a thank you
no,
note.
we're here to help you. That's what we're that's what we're here to do. You don't have to do it on your own. You're not on your own for any of it. And so it sounds like you and Lauren have already connected, and all the CEMs that we should all be meeting with our hikers and connecting with them to answer these questions and work through fundraising plans. So Lauren will be in touch. I can see her shaking her head. So she'll be in touch to definitely get you what you need and make sure that you feel comfortable.
Patricia is, if I can just say, Jan here, Patricia is doing an awesome job. She created, a good fundraising page. So Patricia, you go, girl. You're doing great.
See, Patricia, you're doing good.
Well, I feel like there's people that have fundraising pages that look a little more. I mean, I just have one picture on there, and it's just when people go there, I just need help creating it better.
Well, I think it looks great. So, but Lauren, maybe you can
But
give
you're
her a little
biased.
more
Yeah,
insight, but
I'll
she's
send
doing a
you-
great job.
I'll send you an email offline and we can grab some time and do a little Zoom call and we can go walk through everything and I can help you get it customized and all of that. And link to Facebook and everything. Happy to do that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Patricia.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. It's Julia, also on Team Hendo Strong. Sorry, I was late coming to the call. But tell me if you already covered this. So basically I'm in Dallas. I'm in a run club. And I do a couple other fitness things, but would it be okay to do a fundraiser with another club, but you're doing it through the club? So for example, the run club wants to help put on a little event where we go hike, but it's they're posting about it and they're asking people to donate. And also my question was, do we have a QR code people could scan that would go to our page? Would there be a way to get a custom QR code for Hendo Strong, or just kind of how we would even go about that?
Yeah.
This is very new in the works.
Oh no, you're totally fine. I don't know if you could see how much I'm shaking my head, but I'm like, yes, yes, yes to all of that.
Can you guys see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Oh, sorry. Okay. You're probably seeing me feed my animals, my drive home.
But yes
Okay.
to all of those things, and Lauren will reach out to you to make sure you have what you need and answer your questions.
Okay.
But yes, you can totally do that fundraiser. Yes, you can get a
Okay.
QR code. And yes, it can go straight to your team.
That would be wonderful.
Yes,
Okay, I'll
that
connect
would
with
be.
Lauren on it. We're still in like the very early days of planning because we want to kind of do it early March as like a last push for fundraising. And then I also love the idea, you guys, of like writing personalized thank you notes for people who have donated. I think that's a really nice, kind, simple way to like say thank you, and it's so personalized. So
Yeah.
I think I'll take that up.
That's great. And we'll talk about this on the thank you slide, but there is a really good statistic out there, and I don't want to misquote it, but I think it's like around 48% of your donors become repeat donors when they get a personal thank you from you. So it's a really high number, right? And an easy thing to do. Takes time from us, but
Yeah.
it's easy. It's an easy way to retain that donor and that support. So thank you all for sharing. We're gonna, oh, did the computer move? Okay. I'm like, what? Did it move? I can't tell. So one of the last pieces of making your fundraising plan is doing that ask and following up. We've talked through what that looks like already through the different scenarios that everyone has shared. But just don't be afraid. I know it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to ask them, or what if they say no? That's okay. They might say no. I say this all the time. I'm like, they said no. Next person, right? Like for every no that you hear, you're going to hear a yes, right? There's going to be that balance. It may feel a little difficult, may push you out of your comfort zone a little bit, but don't be afraid to make that ask and to hear the word no. So we also wanted to include some talking points. I think we heard a little bit from a few people who this may be their first time hiking. And so what are those things that you want to say about Cure Search to help draw that person in, right? And get that donor to really buy into your story and make that donation. So we've included some talking points that we use nationally, and we thought that they would be helpful for you too. So you'll see the first four are the ones that we use the most. So we believe every child with cancer deserves a safe and effective treatment option. We're accelerating the development of new childhood cancer treatments. We address areas of unmet need in childhood cancer, and we unite global leaders to foster collaboration for the next cure. And then you also see a few of our impact statements listed as well. So this will be available for you to reference. Don't feel like you have to hurry and write everything down, but we do want you to know that we are providing these resources for you. They're there, and we're here to help you come up with what you want to say too, and really help you with your pitch.
So back to the ask really quick. We had on there that it takes 3 asks before you'll get that yes. It also takes sometimes multiple touch points for someone to make the donation. So don't be afraid to, reshare on social media and ask again. If you are a friend of mine and you ask me to donate and I say yes, I wholeheartedly want to, but you're going to have to keep asking me until you catch me at a time where I can go make the donation right then and there. Otherwise, 17 things are going to happen. So just keep that in mind. Like sometimes it takes more than one time or a reminder, and people don't get they want to support you, especially if they've said yes. Another unique way that people can support you is through Facebook fundraising. We all know that if you're on social media, you see people donating their birthdays to organizations. And if a friend, you can actually, there's a tool where you can see everyone's birthday for the upcoming months. I think it's like 3 months in advance. And so you can kind of see when people are having birthdays, and maybe they aren't able to make a donation to you, but they can donate their Facebook fundraiser to you. So you can say, hey, Kyra, I see your birthday's, February 1st. Would you be willing to donate your birthday fundraiser this year to Cure Search and help me in my Ultimate Hike fundraising? And she's going to say, yeah, sure. How do I do that? And it's so easy. You just choose Cure Search as the charity that you're raising money for, and you're going to let your community engagement staff know that my friend Kyra Turner is hosting a birthday fundraiser on my behalf, and our amazing donor team, once those donations come in, will get it credited to your fundraiser. So it's just another unique tool and strategy that we've found. We've had several hikers over the years make their entire fundraising goal by asking people to donate their birthday fundraiser. She actually came up with this idea a few years ago, and it's been pretty successful. So it's just another way that people can contribute to the impact you're having. And then it's been mentioned, but one of the most personal ways to ask for donations is through a letter writing campaign or snail mail. It is still one of the most successful fundraising strategies because it's personal. It's coming from you, and people love getting mail that is not, junk mail or unfortunately those bills that we have to pay. And so we have a bunch of resources on our Google site about our letter writing campaign with sample letters, and how to formulate that letter and what to make sure you include, as well as like donation forms and things like that. So we'll have that also sent out to you as well in one of your weekly emails, like those tools. But it is still a very widely successful way to ask for money.
Yeah, and I think we heard that tonight from Chase, right? He told us a story about how he wrote individual letters to all of the people that he thought would help donate to his team, and that was really successful for him. So proof that it does work. But your hand will cramp.
James does something similar, and he types a letter, so you can type it and send it out that way too. And then we'll also in each of our groups have like a textathon challenge, but just setting some time aside to do a textathon to kind of outline, I'm going to spend 30 minutes tonight and I'm going to text, 25 people on my contact list what I'm doing, and just taking the time to send them a personal note. It's the most direct way to reach out to people. We're always on our phones. If your email inbox looks anything like mine, you're going to see a text message way before you will ever see that email come through. But it's more personal and a really easy way to share what you're doing, and you can include that direct link to your fundraising page.
And you can copy and paste all the messages. So it makes it a little bit easier too.
Yeah. And then, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, you take it away.
You sure?
Yeah.
And so another tool that we wanted to talk to you about was corporate engagement. And you heard a little bit about this from a few different hikers who mentioned the match program. But corporations are always looking for ways to help their community, especially the community that they live in, right? And so that could look like setting up a corporate team, giving a sponsorship, doing that match program, or the change jars or roundup program. When you're checking out and they say, do you want to round up your donation to this organization? And you just say, yes, I'll give them my 32 cents or whatever the case may be. So we do have sponsorship opportunities available for corporate engagement. Again, you can connect with your community engagement manager and they can walk you through what those are. But really, as you're out and about and connecting with these businesses, don't be afraid to ask about these things. Especially if you're out trying to set up give back nights. They might want to do a give back night, yes, but in addition, maybe they do want to give you $1,000 sponsorship, right? Or if you're working or you know of someone who works for an organization that does a match program, you could investigate that on your own if that person didn't know, and then tell them and say, hey, your business has this match program. Do you want to make $100 donation? And then they could match it, right? And so then it's 200, and then that gets that company involved, but also that helps that person feel like, oh, wait a minute, my company does, not only am I helping my friend, but this company also values what I'm doing, right? So that opens up the door for a larger conversation as well. So just some things to think about on the corporate engagement side. Were there any questions on this slide? Or did anyone have any other matching gift stories that they wanted to share?
And one thing that, if someone makes a donation, we do send an automated email that says check to make sure your company, when they're making a donation, it will ask you to look for your company, but also we send a follow-up email that will allow them to see if their company is provide company match. So we're always encouraging donors to look, as well.
So yeah, I had a question about that company match. So I've done that before. I work at J&J, and so I've gone in there and submitted things, but I don't know how to direct it towards a specific person, because we just type in, like we would type in Cure Search and it would like pull up Cure Search, and we would just click on it, and then like I don't know what happens after that. I don't know how to direct it to a specific person.
When it pulls up,
So-
Rebecca, do you get like a confirmation or the next screen that comes up? Does it say anything?
It just says that like it'll be reviewed, and I guess, you know, people make sure that I made the donation, but I don't know how it would end up like going specifically back to me. Like even if I donate myself and put it in, I don't know how to get it to go back directly to me and not just Cure Search in general.
Oh, I see
So,
what you're saying.
if someone is making a donation to your personal fundraising page, which they have, I think that you have to do that first, right? Like they would go to your fundraising page, make $100 donation, and then submit that for a match. Our donor services team is amazing and has magical ways of combining all that data. But something you can do is if you keep a record of that, like there is a very long delay, sometimes 30, sometimes 90 days in getting those matches. But if you keep like a running list, like 10 people from my work donated, these are their names, we can flag our donor services team to make sure. And same with you, like if you do a matching gift, if you do a fundraiser for your candles or something like that, and you raise $500 and you make that donation, just let your community engagement staff partner know, and they'll let donor services know. And as soon as that match comes in, they get it credited to your account.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
I
you.
think they have a way of pulling those reports and matching names, so they'll see it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
We do lots of fundraising through Johnson & Johnson, and so it doesn't seem to be any hiccups on our end. I think it's pretty straightforward in getting them to align.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Okay. The moment you've been waiting for, the link to our Google site. So I'm going to leave this up for 5-10 seconds so that you can scan it. For those who want to follow along, so you can take your cell phones out and open up your camera, and you can scan this QR code right here on the screen. and it will take you to the Google site. And in just a second, I'm going to take this down and share the Google site with you so that you can see it. But I just want to give everybody the opportunity to scan. We good? Yes, thumbs up. Okay. Ta-da, look, you did it. It worked. So here's the Google site that we've been referencing all night, and that we've talked about. So Lauren and I are going to tag team this because I don't want to miss anything. But all of the resources that we talked about tonight are here on the site. I'll show you in just a minute. I'll scroll down. But I don't want you to miss up here. I have to move this. In this right-hand corner, you're going to see a link right here to the Ultimate Hike podcast. This is a new podcast series that our team has started. And you'll see 2 podcasts are listed so far. The third one is coming soon. But it's just a good, I don't know, can you guys see it? It looks weird on my end, but I'm hoping you can see it. So like just a good overview of each of these categories, each of these topics. And so they feature different Cure Search staff. So the first one is, what is Ultimate Hike? And the second one talks about our mission to end childhood cancer. And so these are available. You can share them with anyone. You can watch them 100 times. Lauren is featured on the first one. But these are a great resource for you to listen to while you're training, right? While you're getting ready for your hike. Just want you to know that those are there. So we're going to go back to the home page. And you're going to see here the different categories. So we've got fundraising resources, event resources, mission, hike weekend, marketing and recruitment resources, and then there's another link right there to the podcast. I also want to highlight really quickly, and here they are again listed if you didn't want to click on the icons, but I do want to highlight really quickly our Ultimate Hike Leadership Council. It's a group of volunteers that are really doing the work behind the scenes to make sure our hikes are happening and going off without a hitch. Oh, sorry. And then there's our community engagement team down there too. So you can click on our picture to reach out to us as well. So does anybody have a resource from tonight that they're really interested in learning more about, or where it is, or how to download it? No? Okay. Well, you'll see here under fundraising, here's the making a fundraising plan that we covered tonight. Here's the circle of influence. Here's the other document of who do you know. So you just click right on these links and it's going to take you right to it. In the mission space, you're going to see flyers. You're going to see our impact report. You're going to see an overview. You're going to see the projects that we're currently funding. So all of these are great like talking points for you, or if you want to include them like on your team page, on your donation pages, you can. There's some hike weekend resources, your packing list, your training guides. Nutrition stuff is coming soon. Routes are coming soon. And then there's some marketing and recruitment resources as well. So here's talking points that we showed you earlier. There's a video, a social media toolkit that would help you with Facebook. Here are Facebook banner images. Say that 3 times fast. So everything that you would need is right here. And if you're looking through this and you find that something is missing, please let us know. Reach out to us. And we just want to make sure that this is a comprehensive place for you to find everything that you're looking for to make this easier for you. Any questions about that? Okay. So, oh, Lauren, I think this is you.
Okay. So I know we're getting close to time, so we hope you can stay on for a few more minutes with us. But saying thank you is something we've talked about. It's really important. First, here's the statistic that Kyra shared. First-time donors who get a personal thank you within 48 hours are 4 times more likely to give a second gift. So they are going to be more likely to continue to support your fundraising efforts in the future. And some ways to do that is letting them know, you know, through those talking points, through your personal connections, through your stories and your why. You might not have a direct connection to pediatric cancer. I did not when I was a first-time hiker years ago, but I knew that I wanted to take on this challenge and it was something meaningful, and I could really get behind the organization's charitable ratings and the work that they were doing. And so I shared that and let them know this is why I chose this organization. But connecting that to your why and making it personal is going to make it more meaningful. Letting them know what that commitment to our mission is, like the impact it's having for the 42 kids that are diagnosed with cancer every day, and moving that ball forward so they can have safer, more effective treatments options in the future. So really just getting familiar with those talking points so you can follow up in your personal thank you. Some ways that people do that are personal thank you notes. You know, a lot of times if you utilize social media a lot, you might thank each donor individually, and then people are seeing, you know, you not only your fundraiser, but they're seeing you thank people, and then our mind says, I want to thank you too, so I want to donate to my friend also. And so there's lots of different ways, but I think the more personal you can make it, the more meaningful it is. All right. That is all of our presentation for the day. But did y'all have any questions or anything you want to dive deeper into? We're always here to hop on one-on-one meetings with you. Your ambassadors for your hike are also great resources, and alumni in the Facebook groups and things like that. But so that you have lots of resources at your disposal. But if you have any questions, we will be on the call for a little bit longer to make sure we touch base on all of the things we talked about tonight.
And we know that you heard a lot of things tonight, so just don't be overwhelmed. Reach out and talk to us, and we're here to help you.
So I have a question.
You've got to be kidding me. Honey, if you don't talk to me, I'm gonna tickle you. I like your hair, Imani.
You want to make sure that you're on mute.
I think as the host,
You're
you should be able
welcome.
to mute them.
Yeah, I was trying to find out who it was.
I think he was talking about my hair, by the way.
Definitely talking about you.
So it's Sandy. I was starting to ask a question. So I've got a lot of ideas spinning based on what I've heard, and one of them is I'm a quilter, and I thought I could raffle a quilt. And so I might need help in how to put the message out. Like I was thinking on Facebook, picture of the quilt and saying what I'm doing and asking for $10 donation or something, or more. And but how to word it, because then I thought I could take all the donors' names and I could pick out the winner rather than person who talked about selling candles and giving that money. I'd rather the money go directly. So who should I reach out to, like once I come up with some type of letter or post for Facebook?
Sandy, I was the one chatting a little bit with you back and forth, and so I already emailed you, introduced you to Hunter Heidke. He's your community engagement manager there for our Mid-Atlantic region. So he's going to connect directly with you and can go through all of those ideas. I think that quilting is and that raffle's a really, really strong idea, and so he'll help you with that and anything else.
And then the backstory is I haven't had childhood cancer in my family, but I've already donated 30 quilts to children's hospitals. So I have that connection that I could make.
Yeah, absolutely.
They were baby
No,
quilts.
so-
This one's big. The others were baby quilts.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, you'll have to send us some photos of those quilts you've made. I'm sure they're super beautiful.
And I got the idea from this call. So otherwise I was going to donate this quilt someplace else. So I'm happy to come up with this.
Love that.
That's great.
That's so great.
We are working on transitioning, just for a resource for all of you, our alumni group to being a participant group. And so we'll be sending out in this weekly newsletter that's coming out. We will be sending you a way to join that group. And when you do that fundraiser, Sandy, just share in there. A lot of times we have a pretty extensive alumni network in that group as well, and they like to participate in those things. So it never hurts to share the really awesome things that you're doing, because someone might want to donate to you and get that quilt.
Any other questions? Does anyone want to share anything?
Tim, since you're on the call, I'm forcing you to tell everyone about your really fun bingo night you're going to be planning.
Oh, yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Tim, and I guess I can turn on my video, but I don't look that good, so hold on. Hi. Yes, so again, I think going back to, Sandy, using your talents to kind of fundraise. I called bingo for over 5 years on a cruise ship. And so I thought, how can I use my gift of calling bingo for good? And so, yes, I'll be hosting a bingo night with a bunch of my friends. We're hopefully going to be using, one of my friends owns a coffee shop here locally in Las Vegas. So we're going to hopefully use that venue or some similar venue, bring all my friends in. I did it before when I fundraised for running Rock and Roll San Diego, and it was pretty successful. Got around like $1,500. And yeah, so should be fun. Who doesn't love bingo? And was able to like secure like prizes from friends who like work on the strip at like a show. So I got tickets to a show, and I got tickets to other restaurants and coffee gift cards and stuff. So found ways to use my network to help create an event and create that community. So.
That's awesome, Tim. I really like that idea, especially getting like in-kind donations from locations that you know, right, or that you shop at, or friends, and then using that to create like a really great atmosphere for your event. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm like, I want to come play bingo.
Come to Vegas. Live stream you in. I don't know.
Live stream. There you go. You should get some live stream going. That's another part of your event.
That's awesome. Susan, since you jumped on the call and I asked you to share about your football squares, will you share some of like the, I know a lot of people, you got so much traction in the alumni group about how to set up your Super Bowl fundraiser. And since that's right around the corner, will you share that resource with us?
Hello, everybody. There are different ways to do the Super Bowl squares. I choose to do it where everybody pays me, and that is so that I have the money to make the payment. Anybody who really doesn't want to do it that way, I do give them my the Cure Search, my hike page, and they can do it there, but I try to minimize that again so that I have the money available to do the payout. And then the way that I do it is not like everybody else does it. This is my third year doing it. I filled my squares in just under 2 weeks this year, which is great because I was very nervous the last 2 years trying to get all those squares filled. But I charge $25 a square and it's payout at the final score. So half of it goes to Cure Search and half of it goes to the winner. So $1,250 goes to each. And it's been great. To make it even better, when I make that donation to Cure Search, I then take that receipt and I give it to my company I work for, who now matches a donation up to $1,000, and they match it. So because I do it that way and I'm making the donation and then I turn in the receipt and then they get another donation, it's a win-win. And I totally did it on Facebook and then started doing textathons, right, Chase? Chase got a text. I was going down, just go down the alphabet and just take this page. I just made a thing and I've pasted one after another. And yeah, so and then I guess the other day I still had 30 squares like a couple of days ago. And I did another one from people who said they were interested. And as of 10 o'clock last night, I'm full. So it takes a little bit of just follow up, but $1,200 is a good way to start.
Yeah, you're halfway there.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, that's great. And you included so many tips that we talked about tonight. It was like a textathon. It was like an innovative way to get people and all those things.
Yeah.
So thank you. And I have to make sure you have my phone number next time because I want to play too.
I'll tell you, if you go to the alumni page, there are some other women. Carrie, I don't know her last name, Keri. She started one. So a couple of us here, I have her. She started one, so she needs help. And
Okay.
she's doing it differently. She's choosing, since she's doing 2 hikes, each square is $20 and a payout at halftime of 500 and a payout at the end of the game 500. The rest is going to Cure Search. So she's doing hers a little different, but look for her on the alumni page. Because I'm sure she would like the support there. Somebody else is doing another one also. But go look on the alumni page. They all responded to my posts that I had put on there. So
We'll definitely be sure to do that. Thank you so much, Susan, for sharing.
sure.
Well, I know we're a little bit past.
Any questions from Catherine or James, since you're holding on? No.
No, but
Yeah.
Catherine is going to host a coffee and donuts at her school.
Oh, I love
I'm going to
that.
help her plan it this weekend.
Perfect timing with the cold weather.
Yes.
And James, you jumped off mute, so were you gonna say something?
No, I just, I'm kind of limited, but I do like Lauren had touched on. I do an email barrage, but I think I'm going to use one of the tips I picked up and maybe back it up with text.
Yeah.
But when I put it out, I've got my letter, my donate page, and some other stuff that I put in PDFs on that and hope that they will open that up. That way they can go to the link, see the impact statement, all the Cure Search info, because some of the people that I do reach out to are professional and they're going to draw that from their company and they want that information before they're going to write the check.
Absolutely. All right, who's closing us out?
I'll do it. I thought you were gonna do it, Chase.
I'll sing,
Well,
I'll start singing and then
you sing
everyone
a
will drop.
song.
Yeah,
We
get
talked
the
about,
Disney karaoke going. I'll close it down.
Oh, boy.
we said at the
Chase
beginning of
loves
the
a
call.
good karaoke.
Yeah, we definitely need some music for the next one. So somebody put, I think James, I put you in charge of making that playlist, right? So
Thank you.
you're welcome. So thank you all for joining us tonight. We hope that you learned some valuable information. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. We're here to help, and we'll see you on the trail soon.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Bye.